Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Basketball Conference, the ACC Football Podcast. My name's Joey Weaver. He's Mike McDaniel. Mike, any inappropriate jokes you'd like to make off the top of this episode?
Not live.
Not live.
Well, or shall I say not yet?
Yeah, well, yeah. The night is young, Mike. The night is young.
I was gonna say, I'm batting 1 for 1 when we don't hit record.
Yeah, we didn't make it 30 seconds prior to the button being pressed that there was a very inappropriate joke made. That's fine. We're live, youtube.com/@the-ACC Football Podcast. It is almost 11:30 on the East Coast, Sunday, February the 22nd. We are live again, youtube.com/@the-ACC Football Podcast. We did not give a whole lot of pre-warning for this. Producer Scott in the house. Scott, how you doing?
Glad to be here finally, about 4 weeks after our last episode.
Who's counting?
Hey, look, the off-season plan is 1 a month. This is February. All right.
That's right. We're here.
We call that a quota met. Check.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. Appreciate the people sticking with us. It's been a tricky couple of weeks as it relates to scheduling. Some of this, frankly, related to our own, laziness / exhaustion in the offseason. Some of it, other more real things that we can get into at some point. But in any case, appreciate the people hanging out here. We've got some things to go over tonight. We're going to talk about some season awards that there was voting on in the Discord. We're going to talk through that. We're going to talk about the ACC schedule release going into 2026 and beyond, which is a very layered and complicated subject. Dumb is probably an all-encompassing good word for it. Yes. So lots going on there, but appreciate the folks sticking with us here tonight. Alexis Solaris in the comments. Good to see you. Please, if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We would appreciate that. Hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when we're going to go live in the future. Mike, Scott, anything you want to get into before we jump into the show?
I think we just told everybody in the Discord we're going live. I think they're as surprised as we are.
Yeah,
what I would say. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. This is a shocking development in this show. So appreciate the folks being with us here. And of course it is late on a school night, but got a fun show in the works for you. Should we jump in? I know one of the things that we promised the last time, Tim has been waiting on this moment. Been waiting a long time. There's is it Peter Frampton? Who's the or is it who am I thinking of?
Kenny G?
Phil Collins?
Not Kenny G. Phil Collins. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
What would you do without me? You fuckers are fucked.
we can't do this show without producer Scott in the building. That's right. Anyways, last time we recorded, we teased season awards, and then afterwards we asked for votes in the Discord, and we got them. And we've got some awards to announce for the podcast. Now, I will say that these awards, again, voted on by the people in the Discord, the listeners, and a couple of the hosts put in votes on all these awards. So this is not just the three of us unilaterally making decisions. Appreciate input from all angles. Scott, do we have any special productions? Do we have any labels, anything that we're using for this, or are we just going through this?
Explicit when we record when we put the podcast out, maybe just flag that in case I say something.
Tagging it explicit for months. I put season awards up. I think we can go through them if you want. I can make them as we go along. That's fine.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So most of these were legitimate ACC conference awards that the writers associated with the conference, they would give those out, normal team of the year, player of the year kind of level stuff. But then it's important to note that this podcast gives its own awards as well. So there are a few of those in the balance as we go through this. Scott, should we start with like the team of the year? Let's just go through the official like conference level awards.
If that's what you want to do. If you just want to go in order of how they appeared to be closed and I posted them, that's fine too.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
We
Let's start
planned
with the
this
ACC.
well.
Yeah,
I
better
did
awards.
nothing.
Alexis
This
Solaris
won't
did.
surprise anybody. I did nothing, 0 related to this. That's why when Joey said a couple of the hosts voted on this, yes, a couple did. Not all 3.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. No,
Baseball Hall of Famer right there, Mike.
I was
mean,
going to
look.
say, yeah, I mean, Jesus. I mean, that gets you to Cooperstown.
Let's start with ACC Team of the Year. Our candidates going in were Miami, who went to the national title game, Duke, who won the ACC title game, and Wake, who was way better than we ever thought that they would be. Really good year for all these teams. I think, full stop. I don't think anyone can say that any of these teams did not have a great year as it relates to final results. I think Duke being like 7-5 in the regular season is a point of discussion, but we'll get to that later. Official winner, ACC Team of the Year for the Basketball Conference podcast. Producer Scott is
with 67% of the Discord vote, Miami.
Those
shocking.
Miami Hurricanes.
It is a shocking development. A
Shut
team that
the fuck up, Mike.
didn't even win the conference.
Shut
as a
the
point team
fuck
of
up.
the year. It's bullshit. It's just crazy. Damn near won the Natty. Had the ball with 2 minutes left, driving down for a chance to win the national championship. Couldn't even win the ACC. Instead, it was 7-5 Duke.
ACC. Yeah, that's about right. Hell, great year for Miami, obviously. And it's something that we asked Cam about, and I stand by the question of like, I guess when you get that close to a national championship, nothing else matters, right? Like, obviously a fully successful year, but there's got to be a weird taste in the mouth still for Miami of like, why did we lose twice in conference, and why did we not even make it to Charlotte? Like,
Yeah.
3 teams beat Miami this year. 2 of them were what? Louisville and SMU?
Yeah.
And the other one was Indiana in the national title game. Like, what a bizarre finish for Miami, as it were.
Yeah. I think the way you have to look at it, if you're a Miami fan, and I get you didn't win the Natty, so you're like 130 something other teams. But at the same time, Miami hasn't been this close to winning anything of merit in a very, very, very long time. I mean, their last team that was even good into the month of November was that 2016 Malik Rozier team. Right?
Well, I believe
2017.
It was last year. They were undefeated in November and went into Atlanta and lost to Haynes King and Georgia Tech. A Haynes King that couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Anyways, that fell apart late. But yeah, I mean, the 2017 team went to the ACC title game and lost to, I believe, was that Deshaun? No, that was Kelly Bryant Clemson. That was the transition year between Deshaun and Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, they were like 11-0, 12-0, whatever it was.
They got dogged.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, this was a legitimately good team.
Alexis Solaris.
It's a fair question.
Miami didn't win the conference, didn't win the Natty. How'd they win this vote?
Fair question.
Tim Hayes. Miami fans probably bought this vote too. Comments on a heater late on a Sunday night here.
Man.
I don't, out of nowhere. Here we go.
In case no one's checking the facts, I said 67% of the vote, right? Do you guys want to know who was second?
Absolutely.
It wasn't even Duke. It was Wake.
I think I might have voted for Wake. Yeah.
That adds up. Duke wasn't even good.
They were like good enough. I mean, they got there by hook or by crook. They got there, and
that
then
ACC title game was such a joke. Remember, we had to preview it and pretend it was important.
I remember I
it
was
for
there.
views.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do it.
It was
we do
it
for
was
the
important
views,
for
not the people.
Virginia, who lost.
It
So
was.
that was, you know,
the
It was
Chandler
important
Morris
for me as a Virginia Tech alum. You know,
the
Their
Chandler
skin in the
Morris
game.
interception that ended that game was like, what are you doing? That was first down.
all right.
Just
We're
throw
not-
it away.
We already made a whole
Anyway.
podcast about that 2 months ago. Let's move on.
Correct. Yeah, Scott's trying to get to bed sometime soon. For the record, Wake again. I was listening. I think earlier I was listening to a Cover 3. They were talking about. I think Wake's Vegas win total going into the year was like 4.5.
4.5. Yeah,
and they won 8 games. I mean, hell of a coaching job by Jake Dickert. Might get to that in a minute. Incredible performance by that team. Curious to see what year 2 looks like. Like, can we repeat that? But would be remiss if did not mention just what a great year Wake had relative to expectations. That's the performed like way over their expected level nominee here that almost got there.
Yeah.
So
great year.
Offensive player of the year.
I wish I had a drum roll sound. Drum roll.
Nominees: Haynes King, Darian
He's the
Mensah,
winner.
and Mark Fletcher.
100% of the vote. He won.
Yeah.
In the Discord
Yeah.
vote. Good year for Haynes.
More or less. I'm not going to say completely, but more or less dragged Georgia Tech to an 8-0 start and a really good year. He was the heart and soul of that team, and through the air, on the ground, all of it. He was incredible for Georgia Tech for so much of this year. I think that there were a couple of games there down the stretch that maybe it didn't quite go so well, but it was one of those where I kind of remember the Lamar Jackson Heisman year at Louisville, where he was so good through like 9 games that it was basically over, and everyone just kind of ignored that things didn't really go as well those final 3 or 4 games of the year for Louisville.
Yeah, it was. I would say for Haynes King, this was kind of similar to what Cam Ward did a lot of last year for Miami, where it was like, and I guess to a bit of a lesser extent, because I thought Georgia Tech's defense, while bad, wasn't quite as bad as Miami's was a year ago. So it was one of those things where it was like, yep, he's dragging them along, and as long as he stays healthy, they're going to be okay. And, things went south towards the end of the year, but I didn't think it was, I thought it was more the defense catching up with them rather than Haynes King. Haynes King he stayed healthy and was good. Just defensively, it was rough.
Yeah.
So anyway, well deserved.
I would go back to that final, 3 games or so of the year that, man, he was popping up on SportsCenter. He was popping up on game day. Like, the lights got pretty bright for Haynes King. There was a Heisman campaign being launched by the athletic department. Like, a lot of these things. And he, God love him. And I love him and all this. But he's the kind of guy that just doesn't seem like he's built to, like, really thrive in the spotlight. He's kind of a quiet, do my job, go win games kind of guy, not, the Broadway Joe Namath, whatever kind of guy that's going to eat up, the media coverage and all that. Like, I wonder if the lights got a little bit bright there at the end of the season with the way things went.
He's going to make a great principal engineer at Northrop Grumman in a few years. Anybody disagree?
Anybody?
Anyone? Nope. Haynes King probably disagrees.
He's going to be a quarterbacks coach or somebody, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he's going to be an engineer, if I'm being just completely honest.
He's taking too many hits.
We got a comment from Tim Hayes, Duke fan, about Darian Mensah being a nominee. Like, Mensah had a good year. He led the ACC in passing, if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves. Like, had a really good year statistically.
He was like 7th in the country in passing yards, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
And obviously now transferring to Miami, that's a whole other, ball of wax. But a guy who did well, and I think they put a lot of that offense on him to figure out. So, I thought he did about as well as you could have asked for, and one of the better offensive players in the ACC. And then Mark Fletcher, I don't think that Mark Fletcher, honestly, through the regular season was like anything really to write home about for the most part. I think it was in the playoff where he really started to catch fire. He had a big run against Texas A&M there in the opening round, multiple big runs in additional rounds afterwards against Ohio State and Ole Miss. So I think that's probably where I would have given Mark Fletcher credit was there in the postseason specifically versus kind of what he did in the regular season, which was kind of here or there. It was fine.
Darian Mensah completed 66.8% of his passes on 500 attempts for 3,973 yards and 34 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Yeah, he was good.
Mm-hmm.
He was decent year.
Nearly 4,000-yard passer. Yeah, you take that. What I guess with the ACC championship, they played 14 games and he threw for almost 4,000 yards. Yeah, you take that.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Anything else? Offensive player of the year?
No.
Moving on.
Defensive player of the year nominees: Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain of Miami, and Rasheem Biles, linebacker from Pittsburgh. The winner is
73% of the vote.
Miami defensive end Ruben Bain.
Good season, Ruben.
Yeah, tough to win this award, honestly, when it's you and your other co-defensive end, Akeem Mesidor. Those guys, again, it's a bit of a similar thing to what I said about Mark Fletcher, where I think that they might have fallen a little bit short of expectations during the regular season. But when playoff time came, I mean, that was like almost the entire storyline about Miami, at least on defense, was those two guys and what they bring to the table and what they're able to do to just totally disrupt opposing offenses' game plans.
9.5 sacks, 15.5 tackles for loss, and was an All-American. So,
and how much of that, like, again, 9.5 sacks, 5 of that was in the playoffs or something? Like they did a ton of work in the postseason.
Was much better in the postseason than it was in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And by the way, Akeem Mesidor finishes with 12.5 sacks on the season. So pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Really incredible tandem for Miami. Give it to Ruben Bain. That's fine. Rasheem Biles, really, really good play for Pittsburgh in the linebacker core. We might have time on this show to come back to Rasheem Biles and hit on one other news item as it relates to him playing not in the ACC next year.
I was going to say.
Hook him. Yeah. All right. Congrats, Ruben Bain, on the well-deserved and highly acclaimed ACC Defensive Player of the Year awarded by the Basketball Conference Podcast. That was the one he was hoping for, honestly.
Rasheem Biles is now a candidate for the SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes. Yep. Could win it, honestly. But
yeah.
We'll see how it goes playing for Will Muschamp, 2026 Texas defensive coordinator.
It's a good point. Forgot he got a promotion. So excellent.
Coach of the year.
Brent Pry.
Move on.
No.
Coach, not Brent Pry. He, when you only get to coach like 7 games,
he's working on that assistant of the year for next year.
I was gonna say there's still an opportunity for him to win this award next year, just not in the same capacity.
We will see. Coach of the year candidates: Mario Cristobal, Manny Diaz, Jake Dickert, Tony Elliott. Lots of good candidates here. Scott,
use your eyeballs. Read
Jake Dickert.
Jake Dickert.
I was waiting for Scott to
Podcasting?
tell us who it was, and I just didn't look at the screen.
Reading's hard for you guys. I understand.
It's tough. It's not easy.
Podcasting,
I haven't-
noted visual medium.
I was gonna say I haven't read since the last time we recorded one.
I was hoping you were reading it and you would read it out loud, but you didn't pick up what I literally put down on the screen. So yeah, it's fine.
I'm so tired. I'm approaching non-literary.
Just fun note here. The coach that won
Killer.
the ACC, got one vote, and the coach that didn't win the ACC and didn't win the Natty got no votes. Just wanted to put that out there.
but was a nominee for this prestigious award.
Once again, Jake Dickert had Wake Forest 3.5 wins over what Vegas thought they would get. And if you're saying, well, Vegas, you know what? No, that's a pretty good agreed upon expectation going into the season, is that Wake would have been roughly a 3 to 4 win team, and they ended up winning 8. So I have long been irritated at some of the like conference / national coach of the year stuff. It's like, well, national coach of the year, Nick Saban, because they won the national championship. Like, no, like give it to Matt Campbell, who has Iowa State winning 10 games when they were supposed to win 5. You know, like give it to somebody who has coached their team to overperform at a level, you know, beyond what most people do. So that's, to this point, this is where I absolutely voted for Jake Dickert, because what Wake was supposed to be versus what they ended up being, that is an amazing coaching job to me. And it is not lost on me, like what they were supposed to be versus what they ended up being.
He imported some guys from Washington State. It worked out.
It did. Sure did.
So I don't have much to add. I agree with you. Everything you just said.
Yeah.
That was a really good take.
And again, I don't want to dismiss Tony Elliott and Manny Diaz, who, again,
I mean, we can probably dismiss Manny Diaz. I mean, congrats on the conference title, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
They went 6-2 in conference, Mike. Like that was good.
It was good enough to get him to Charlotte.
It was mathematically. It was. Yeah.
Via like the 5th tiebreak or whatever it was. But yeah, they got there.
Would have been cool if you didn't turn it over 5 times against Illinois and didn't lose to UConn and
for example.
Such as life in the ACC, I suppose. Tony Elliott, we got a lot of Virginia fan listeners, and I'm gonna really try not to like piss them off too bad, but like,
why not?
I need to see it more than once.
Yeah,
and like this is going to become a theme that I think I've started talking about this year, but like I'm really going to start noting year to year, is like the idea of the culmination year, right? So this was a culmination year for Clemson. Like how many seniors did they have? You know, you've got the coaching staff's been together for a couple of years, like the whole thing. Georgia Tech, same thing. I felt like this was a little bit of a culmination year for Virginia, where there was resources that went in. There were a couple of guys who've been here for a number of years. You brought in Chandler Morris doing the whole thing. Like this was the year, and it was like it took everything that they had to get to Charlotte. So like,
and
good year,
manageable schedule, and a lot of stuff going their way, right? Like
everything went your way, and we just barely got there. So okay, let's see it next year. How's that going to go?
Yeah.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again the next year after that? Like, that's where I'm like, and somebody wonders, is this even fair to Tony Elliott, or is this just like the world of college football we live in, where we're getting to like NFL territory where every team makes the playoffs within 5 to 6 years, you know, kind of thing, like where there's just insane parity. But I want to see it again from Tony Elliott before I'm willing to buy in, versus I think this was a particularly like beneficial schedule, you know, everything, all the stars aligned kind of year for the Who's. We'll see.
Yep, we will.
So in any case, And Mario. I mean, again, postseason.
Made it to the Natty. All I'll say about our Coach of the Year award is Brent Pry ain't walking through that door. Dabo Swinney ain't walking through that door. Bill Belichick certainly ain't walking through that door. For example. But,
we'll come back to Bill Belichick.
We will. We will. I bet you guys will never guess which award that he won.
We'll find out. All right. Congrats, Jake Dickert, ACC Coach of the Year for Basketball Conference. Freshman of the Year, Malachi Toney, Jaron Chiave Singapalitele. It feels like a
sort of nailed it.
7.1.
Yeah, ish. I mean, it's a good, it's a solid off-season 7, is what I would say.
Yeah. All right. That I'll take that. Nate Shepard, Luke Farrelly.
7.
Oh, good Lord.
It's Malachi Toney.
It's Malachi Toney. It is.
Yeah, should be.
He was legitimately, like, start to finish. He was great against Notre Dame in week 1.
Yeah.
I think I asked this in the chat sometime this year. Like, he would be a first-round pick, right? If he was eligible.
He's like Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek with a 6th-round pick, and he played at a small school, if I remember correctly.
That's where I was at. Was like it's probably, but with the exception that, like, the NFL has a weird fascination with, like, measurables.
Darius,
like,
Hayward
honestly,
Day.
I feel like part of what
That's a
makes, like,
name.
the Patriots, the Patriots under Belichick, and, like, the Ravens and a number of these teams good is that 3/4 of the league is like, well, did you see how fast he runs? And did you see how hard he throws the ball? And how tall he is? And, like, these other teams are like,
do you see how
like good he is
roster?
at football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how he fits a position of need? Like, hey, we need this guy to, like, cover a punt. Do you see how he did that? Yeah.
I don't know, man. He brings the juice. He's making plays all year. So
He's a stud.
I
stud.
agree.
He's a stud. Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks,
everything
Will.
I saw, and it again, it's some of it is physical gifts, but some of it's just, like, ability to navigate traffic and ability to find the spot in the zone, and it's some of these, like, intangible things that it's really hard to teach, and that you just got to kind of get a feel for. He's got it all. So,
Yeah.
I mean, his ability to catch a ball behind the line of scrimmage in like a screenplay and navigate traffic and take a ball 60 yards to the house or whatever, like, it's impressive. So, yeah, big fan, Malachi Toney. JKS back at Cal next year. That's going to be a huge deal for the Bears. Nate Shepard.
Taj Lupoy said that he had to, like, sleep on a park bench or something. Did you guys see that?
Like, to keep him there?
He said I mean, we all know he did the press conference, right? The intro press conference, and, like, hopped on a commercial flight. And I guess he landed there at some crazy time.
Like, in Hawaii or something?
Yeah. And then I saw that, I don't know if he was on McAfee or what, but he said he was sleep. I don't know if it was even, if it was real or if it was a joke. He said he was sleeping on a park bench. I don't know. If anybody saw like more details of that are relevant to this, let me know. I might just be way off base.
I believe it. Recruiting is life.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, if you're taking over head coach at Cal.
Yeah.
I'd be sleeping on a park bench too if I had a high 4-star, 5-star quarterback that was getting millions of dollars worth of offers elsewhere. I too would be sleeping outside with the rest of San Francisco.
There's a joke in there somewhere about sleeping on benches in Berkeley, but anyways, I don't want to get into that at this point.
It's okay. I don't, but I got there.
You got me there. Anyways,
unsurprisingly, yeah.
All right. Malachi Toney wins the award. JKS back at Cal next year. Nate Shepard back at Duke. Luke Farrelly not at Cal, also not at Clemson. He will be in Oxford, Mississippi, playing for apparently that rat bastard Name escaping me now. Defensive coordinator got the job.
Golding.
Pete Golding. That's right. Yeah. That rat bastard, Pete Golding. So cool. Good stuff.
Tampering. It was tampering. He's the only coach tampering.
As Dabo put on Front Street.
Dabo is pissed.
Yeah, to say the least. Anything else? Freshman of the year?
No.
Go ACC moment of the year. We only had like 2 real nominations that stuck out to me, and one of them. It's funny to me that this
Go
stuck
for
out
next
at
year. Go for next year. Keep better track of these.
Yeah,
that's all.
There were more nominees than this, most likely, but only 2 of them made it into the poll. Number 1, Florida State had some real punt return shenanigans against NC State. They're late on I think it was a Friday night in November, where I think NC State punted. Like, I think the best one was NC State punted, got about like a 30-yard punt. Florida State's running down there trying to block. Ball bounces off a guy's helmet, bounces almost all the way back to NC State's line of scrimmage.
Yep.
As the Wolfpack fall on it, get the ball back. I think then they went 3 and out again, punted again, and then it bounced off another Florida State player, and NC State fell on it like in field goal range. It was just the most nonsensical, perfect weeknight ACC football stuff I think I've ever seen. It was great.
And I think our text thread says something along the lines of, wow, Mike Norvell is really going to keep his job after this, huh?
Yeah.
Answer, yes, he is, because they can't afford to fire him.
It must be nice being like fireproof, basically, that Mike Norvell is.
It's a good place to be. Hell of a job by his agent. Yeah.
For sure. But the winner goes to my Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who I believe it was against Duke. They were on defense inside the 5-yard line, and apparently they lined up. Duke's kind of running some relative power set, and the defense, one of the linebackers notices, hey, like, we're not lined up quite right. You're outside the tackle. You should be inside the tackle or something. Walks up to the defensive end and just starts whacking that ass of his teammate, just
clapping them cheeks.
Whack. Like, get over, get inside. Just clapping cheeks basically on defense. And not only that, then gets called for a penalty for delay of game for simulating the snap count because it was so loud you could hear it on the broadcast. Just
a disgusting act.
Just chef's kiss level Go ACC moment of the week stuff. Outstanding from the Georgia Tech defense, clapping cheeks for a penalty in the red zone.
There's nothing like looking down at our show notes and seeing Go ACC moment of the year. Georgia Tech defense penalized for clapping cheeks.
What else we calling it, Mike? Like,
they went down to Magic City and got the executive suite.
Lemon pepper wings and the whole thing. Yeah. That's... oh, no. Run the lemon pepper defense. Yeah. Oh, man. Got Lou Williams calling plays over there on the sideline, or like
James Harden's in town.
I showed up in Houston about 6 months after James Harden did, and I heard a lot of things about James Harden and his preferred post-game activities. He would have loved Magic City there in Atlanta.
Yeah. Let's just say he wasn't going home to his family and tucking the kids into bed.
Nope. No, he was not. Go ACC moment of the year goes to Blake Gideon's defense. Shout out to them.
Will Sikora in the comments has a very important point to make that we might want to bring on the screen.
Man,
Magic City delivers lemon pepper wings now, by the way. They have since COVID.
DoorDash. What a time to be alive.
There is a there is a strip club in Springfield, Virginia, right near DC, called the Paper Moon.
Stop while you're
Scott,
ahead. Stop while you're ahead.
two different stories.
Stop, Mike.
There's a I've never been there. Relax.
Scott
It's
is
okay.
begging you.
You know the name of the place and the location, and you've never been there.
They happen to be right near my doctor's office.
What kind of doctor?
Regular physician. Anyway, general practitioner.
You couldn't say anything else other it's next to your doctor's office.
That's how I know where it's at. Anyway, they used to run a promotion on the radio. They had a sponsorship with the local sports radio station for a $7 lunch special, steak and lobster.
How's the lobster, Mike?
$7.
That's a New England connoisseur. I hope you gave them your best review.
Can't be good. My wife used to work at
Work there?
no. She used to work she did social work. Fairfax County. She used to
it's for the employees of that establishment, huh?
So she used to basically like review people's eligibility for government assistance, and I guess a friend of hers had reviewed somebody's application, and they said their employer was the Paper Moon, and my wife and her friend didn't know what that was and thought it was a stationery store, which in a manner of speaking, I guess we could call it that.
Had to Google on the work computer the Paper Moon.
Yeah, right. A lot of men are standing stationary.
Goodness gracious.
This is what you get with off-season podcasting.
Oh my god. Will nailed it. Nothing stationary about that store.
That's right.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You tried, Ward?
I'm just there's one other comment that Will made that I'm trying to decide if Scott is going to capitalize on or not.
I haven't been looking at the comments.
Oh
yeah, I've been staring at that for a minute. Just
risky endeavor. If you want to know the comment that we're referring to, go to youtube.com/at the ACC Football Podcast and check the comments and or the comment replay, and you'll have a better idea of what we're referring to here.
It's not often you guys are yelling at me. Quit while you're ahead.
Turns out you were never ahead.
It's quite the bar. It's quite the bar even for me.
Yeah. All right. Last award that we got, Brian Van Gorder Memorial You Tried Award of the Year. Nominees
goes to Bill Belichick for trying to get into that strip club in Springfield, Virginia.
Scott didn't have to wait long to press that button.
I don't think we have to talk about this. Better luck
I
next
was
year,
really
Bill.
excited.
What do you think was the worst part of Bill Belichick's first year? I have a candidate that is flying a little under the radar. No, it's not. Nothing bad.
Where do we begin?
I have one from the field. My moments from the field. It's getting blown out by TCU.
Yeah. Now TCU ended up being
everybody
okay,
and my MJ in the house.
That was bad. They scored on the
field.
first drive, and then they didn't really score again after that.
So the first 4 minutes of that game were like, North Carolina's going to win the national title. And then the next 56 minutes of that game were like, this is like a D2 team. Like, this is
It was
Mike,
2016
I almost
Notre Dame,
equate.
Texas.
Okay, there's that. I almost equated the hype to the disappointment to what our beloved Hokies did after they beat Ohio State in 2014.
Yeah, and they went 6.
They came home the next week and lost to East Carolina. It was almost that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, we could have told Bill Belichick that Freddie Kitchens was probably a really bad offensive coordinator hire. I'm glad he corrected. We talked about this when he hired Petrino, but he corrected that mistake at the very least. But Jesus, I mean that was dumb. I mean, Freddie Kitchens hasn't been a successful high level coordinator or head coach anywhere.
I mean, I will give him a little bit of credit for being head coach of the Browns. That like, and this is me saying this as a somewhat fan of the Falcons who just hired former head coach of the Browns, Kevin Stefanski, where I'm trying to like justify to myself that like
good hire.
But that's what I'm saying is like being head coach of the Browns, you got to like grade that on a handicap, right? Because like everything else going on around you really inhibits your ability to be successful. So I'll give him that because they did kind of move the ball and score some points when he was head coach there. I kind of remember that. But there were so many points here in the last 365 days of the Belichick UNC thing that have been just like, this is embarrassing. I mean, all the interview PR stuff involving Jordan, like, good grief.
Jordan.
Your GM is going to be Mike Lombardi, and like nobody has any idea what it takes to like get guys in the door or what these guys are actually capable of or not, or how to spend your money. You brought in like a staff of your boys that are they really capable of like coaching up a college team? Like the whole thing just was a mess from the beginning. And it really took until, for my money, it took until about mid-October where I think they came back from a bye. And they played like Cal or someone, and they lost, but it was like, oh, the defense took a step forward here. Like that was like the first point that I was like, maybe this whole thing isn't just like a complete loss. Like there's something there. So
Virginia, the overtime game where they got stopped at like the half-inch line going for 2.
Well, and I think it was Cal that they were going in twice. Like they fumbled inside the 1 yard line like twice in that game or something.
Yep.
So, and again, this is 4 months ago now that I'm trying to remember what happened. But there were a number of those where the win total was 7.5. The schedule was really pretty easy. And yet it was early November. We're like, they could still make a bowl game. You know, it was kind of in front of them. They were kind of improving. So I don't know, but I think the full on balance year that was Bill Belichick, you tried, and we'll see how it goes next year.
Might be better. Should be quieter, right?
Can't be much louder.
We haven't heard much from Lombardi. If you notice that, they've kind of, now it is the offseason, but they kind of like shut him up a little bit because he was going like on radio and television, and
33rd NFL team,
the 33rd team. They just told him to stop talking, I think, and then they got rid of Freddie Kitchens. Hired Petrino. We'll see. The offense should be better. Should be better.
Can't be much worse. And also, I mean, I can't think of the last college Bobby Petrino offense that was bad. Like, say everything that we can and will about that man and everything that comes with him, bringing him into your program. But your offense is going to score some points.
Yeah.
So.
And Steve can coach a defense. Like they did improve from start to finish, and he's been a good coordinator elsewhere at the college level.
Yes.
So like there's some pieces in place at your 2 key coordinator spots.
Yeah.
Which doesn't guarantee you anything, but on paper, the coaching staff looks better than it did at this time last year. I think.
Other candidates here, Miller Moss. Dude.
At least his mom saw it.
Mike,
Correct.
did you meet her at the strip club? Like,
right. I mean,
what was it? The paper making factory, or what was it?
the paper moon.
That one. Miller Moss, impressive showing, I think, honestly, for the second time in 3 years under Jeff Brom, the quarterback has been the worst part of that team. Which a lot to unpack there, which we don't have time for tonight.
Yeah.
Scott looked like he had something there.
nope.
We're at
Something
46
about his
minutes.
mom, or like,
Nope.
fair enough.
The
Also,
Midler.
Pitt quarterback Eli Holstein, who he really tried to hold on to that starting job, and it went okay until it didn't.
Isn't he at Virginia now?
Oh, where did he end up? Hold on.
I thought Virginia, right?
Virginia's got Bo Prabula.
No, he
And Eli Holstein, I believe.
Really?
Oh, he did end up in Virginia. Oh my goodness gracious.
What would you do without me?
Good memory. Yeah, good call. I think he's got to be the backup there, right? Like, Prabula is
Probably.
better than Holstein, I think. I don't know. That'll be fascinating to watch. We'll see.
Yeah.
At least he stays in the conference. That's fun.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. All right, that's all I got on season awards. Anything else?
Schedule?
Conference schedule? Should we
Sure.
remind the people? That
Oh,
the,
I got one. I
podcast-
got one real quick.
Go, Mike, go.
The U Died Award, Queen Elizabeth II Memorial U Died Award goes to Syracuse.
That was like in
Anybody
real time.
disagree?
Watch that.
I
Yeah.
mean, that was like it was like hospice for 8 weeks, and then like they finally died at the end of the year. That was horrible.
It's not Boston College?
It's another
No,
option.
no.
But Syracuse was like the real. I think Syracuse is the winner because it was like we got to watch it on. It was basically once Steve Angeli went out, it was just like a slow burn. Like we were starting a lacrosse player, a quarterback in October. I mean, that was dead, like dead on arrival. BC had a bad year. They were awful, no doubt about it. But the way that Syracuse season happened,
I get it. You're saying BC never had life, and Syracuse did, and therefore
Syracuse-
they died.
Right.
Yeah, like
I
when we started this, like I don't think any of us were thinking Syracuse was going to be as good as they were a year ago, right? I don't think any of us thought that, but we thought with Steve Angeli they had like a fighting chance, right? Like you replaced your quarterback, like you had something there, you could make a bowl game, win 7 games, maybe. You know, you're probably not like pushing 9-10 wins, but you know you could win 6, maybe 7, get to a bowl game with Angeli. He pops his Achilles, and then you have no plan, like no plan at quarterback whatsoever.
Well, so we thought that they were going to just get completely obliterated by Tennessee week 1, and it was never all that close, but like it was a bit of a respectful effort there.
Yeah, they really did. Like they showed okay. Like they really didn't get smoked the way that we thought.
There was a late comeback. They needed overtime, and they beat UConn, which at the time looked bad, but that was a good UConn team, turns out.
Good. Yeah.
So they come back, win in overtime there. They obliterated Colgate, which fine. And then they were deep in the process of upsetting Clemson in Death Valley when Steve Angeli blew that his ACL Achilles. What was
Achilles.
It was Achilles. That was so like I think if you go to the moment like before he took the snap on that play where he blew out his Achilles, you could easily see Syracuse winning 6, 7, 8 even games, I think, with what they had left on their schedule. To me, that's where the QE2 You Died award situation like plays in, is because like in real time you watch them go from very formidable, like actually building something kind of team to like
Probably
they
would have
got
been better.
nothing.
Would have been better than Duke.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
ACC title winner Duke,
Who they played the next week and lost by 35. Like, I mean, this thing, the wheels came off in one play of the season. Like it was that quick.
That was it.
You know. So you had the whole Ricky
Collins.
Ricky Collins, that's the one. It's like stuck on.
And then you had the lacrosse player.
Yeah,
that's not it, right. Yeah.
And in fairness, there is definitely some Fran Brown weirdness in how the post Angeli quarterback situation was handled. Like
he had no plan.
And it almost felt like at times he was like trying to send a message by not playing Ricky Collins. Like, I don't know what to make of all of that, but that was also a whole like subplot, I think, of the Syracuse team that just got demolished for the entire balance of the season after Steve Angeli went out. So a bit ridiculous.
It was really bad. And I mean, Boston College was terrible. No doubt about it. Like they were really, really bad. But
yeah, they were bad from the start.
Yeah, they were bad from the start for sure. I'm trying to look up the name of that. Joseph Flaherty. That's right.
Oh,
Joseph Flaherty was the lacrosse player.
Flaherty,
and that was the one. My buddy Dan Lyons from Sports Illustrated said that Joseph Flaherty was so bad he didn't even want to watch him play lacrosse. So I thought he's a Syracuse alum. Noon's Magician alum too, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And just for the record, while we're mentioning how ineffective that Boston College was, yes, I do realize that Boston College had a lead on my Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets late in the year in Chestnut Hill. I'm not erasing that from memory. Like that happened. That's a different ball of wax, though, of Georgia Tech's defense just completely imploding late in the year. So we'll talk about that another day. But in any case,
Syracuse, by the way, totally non-competitive last game of the year against Boston College.
Yeah, that was
no showed. Yeah,
three score win for Boston College that
packed it in.
Yeah, hadn't won since Labor Day weekend. So all right, that's all I got on awards. Anything else there?
53 minutes.
This show brought to you by Section103.com, the internet's premier place for all things wonderful. Georgia Tech, Clemson, LSU, Georgia Southern, USF, Kennesaw State, apparel, all of it. Go find it all at Section103.com. Use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, polos, things for men, women, children, babies, depending on the school. Go find it all, Section103.com. All official word marks, official colors. Go find it all. Steven, been a huge supporter of the podcast. Appreciate him.
Full time.
Announced recently, full time now doing Section 103. So congrats to him. Obviously, the only way that he does that is by making super high quality stuff just like this. I wear it all the time. You'll notice that, by the way, part of the reason this show has been delayed is that I spent an extended weekend with the family at Disney World. It was a kind of a cold, rainy-ish a couple days. The first couple days we were there. You want to know what I was wearing to keep me warm?
Probably something from Section 103.
Sure was. It was
still cheaper than
hoodie.
the attire they sell at the park. So
I'll say, holy cow.
Yeah. And way better quality for sure. Yeah. So go get it all. Section103.com. Use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. Shout out to Steven and the gang. Appreciate their support. ACC schedule release.
Real quick.
Not going into a lot of detail here, but mostly just to talk about the fact that so we're going into 2026. There's now a pseudo 9-game conference schedule in the ACC, which is to say that like some teams are playing 9 conference games, some teams are playing 8 conference games. It's all really stupid and upsetting and dumb and just here's what I will say, and I want to drop this in just for the sake of like documenting this before we like start discussing this.
Yeah.
Brett McMurphy tweeted out the supposed upcoming several years where basically the only way that this mathematically works is for 17 teams to play 9 conference games is for someone to not play 9 conference games, which put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. Brett tweeted out the schools that will only play 8 league games in the next several years. In 2026, it will be Boston College, Clemson, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and UNC. In 27 and 28, it's Clemson. In 29 and 31, it's Georgia Tech. In 30, it's Syracuse. And in 32, it's Florida State. What, and I cannot emphasize this enough, are we doing?
Florida State's not even going to be in the conference in 2032.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Keep going.
This is what happens when you grab teams from other coasts and put them in your league, and you have conferences with like 16, 18, 20 teams in them, and you have conference title games where there are so many tiebreakers because not everybody gets to play each other like they used to, or at least back in the day where you would at least have divisions where it made sense. You're to the point now where there are just so many teams that now like everybody's got to play 9 or 10 league games or 8 or 9 or 10 league games depending on the league. And SEC gets to do the whole like circle jerk thing where they're like, oh, we're the best conference and we want a 16 team league. And then you got the Big Ten that wants like a 16 team playoff. And you got the Big Ten that wants a 24 team playoff. And that way they're like 7th or 8th best team makes it into the field when really they're just a bag of ass. Like that team really isn't any good. So, I mean, we're going to have like Purdue playing for a national title here in the next like 5 years. No, like this is silly. It's all dumb. So now we get to do this thing in the ACC too, where we have to like keep up with the Joneses. And I get why the ACC is doing it. But at the same time, I'm just not happy with the state of college football. So that's just the way it is. I'll still watch it. It's like taking a poison pill.
As much as I hate to admit it, I'll still watch it. Yep. Yeah, like it'll be on my TV, but it's insane to think about, Mike. Like when we started this podcast, and just thinking back to what the way that the world was of college football back then. I mean, Texas and Oklahoma are still in the Big 12, and the Pac-12 is still a thing, and like all this. And here we are now talking about the conference playing somewhere between 8 and 9 games each, because I don't know, like a TV network wanted more inventory, and also just like scheduling logistics make it mathematically hard for everyone to find enough non-conference games. But also, again, there's 17 teams and you're trying to play 9 games, and like the math doesn't work to have that many games. And just, this is dumb. It is so dumb.
Hey, but at least Northern Illinois is going to be playing in the Mountain West, and Sacramento State is going to be playing in the MAC. At least we have that
reason
going for us. Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. It's not lost on me, by the way, the whole aspect of like the Notre Dame of it all. Like some of this is that like we're starting to like freeze out all of these interconference games. Like when you increase the number of games that each conference is playing within themselves, you limit the number of games that's being played outside of it. And so like the whole Notre Dame thing of, well, we're not in a conference and we play teams. Well, we're going to play 5 teams from the ACC, but also we play other teams from other conferences. Like they're starting to be frozen out. Like USC doesn't want to play them anymore.
Yeah.
And like this is all started. Like Notre Dame's about to start playing 5 ACC games, and Ball State and Boise State and whatever nonsense like G5 kind of competition they want to play every like.
And they protected
the whole thing is broken.
Yeah, and they protected themselves, and the college football playoff was more than happy to do it. They protected themselves with the top 12 you're in thing to protect themselves when this thing goes to 16, right? Not when it stays at 12. When it goes to 16, you protect yourself from like the 5th place team in the Big Ten jumping you or whatever.
Yep, for sure. Jor Hansen 8583 in the comments. Welcome, by the way. Don't know if I've seen you here before. Welcome. Good to have you. Georgia Tech and Cal still no game 3 years in. What the heck? Georgia Tech playing Stanford in week 4, late September. That is Georgia Tech's first game against Cal, Stanford, or SMU since any of them joined the conference.
Weird.
They're the only ones that still have not played any of these new teams. Like for reasons I don't know.
Odd.
This just oddities that come from all this. I don't know, man. I hate it. This sucks. It's dumb. It's not an improvement on where college football was. I will say there's a couple of things you got to consider looking at the schedule next year is that we're back to only one bye game, only one bye week, excuse me.
Only one bye game.
Only some teams have more than that. I don't know.
I was gonna say, don't look further than the SEC in like week 14 or whatever it is.
Nice college football Freudian slip there. Yeah, only one bye week, except for a couple teams. I say a couple. There's 6 ACC games, ACC teams playing on week 0. So you get a second one, but I think almost all of them are in week 1 or week 2 that you get the bye week to compensate. So yeah, you get Virginia, NC State opening the year in, is it Rio de Janeiro in Brazil for, again, reasons.
I'm personally really glad that we're playing a game in international locale. I mean, Cal and Stanford are playing in international locales, what feels like every week when they have to come to the East Coast.
Yeah, honestly,
or vice versa, going to play games in San Francisco with like the tents and what have you.
Look, when you've got Cal and Stanford trying to go play at Boston College, or excuse me, for Boston College going to Cal and Stanford, it would be closer going to Ireland. Like it's
yeah.
Speaking of which, North Carolina playing against TCU in Ireland in week 0. So we get to export that game to Europe and see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know. Some other quirks we'll probably hit on at some point, but just in general, I think that the biggest thing we wanted to hit on was that this mixed bag of 8 and 9 game conference schedules that now somehow we're going to have to, again, put teams in Charlotte to play for a conference championship when we have like an uneven number of conference games. Can't imagine how that could possibly go poorly for the conference. It'll be good. It'll be great. Don't worry. We'll have a great time talking about this in November.
God.
What a sport.
Well,
did the video freeze?
No, just my face.
Yeah. Several months to come back and talk about this more. That's all I got.
We're fortunate to live in a time like this.
We sure are. Sure are. Go
Should
on,
I,
dancing at the what was it, the paper mill or what was it?
the paper moon.
Paper moon.
That's the one. I was close. Big Sabrina Carpenter fan over here, I think.
Yeah,
Did I get that right?
I think so. Before we go, should I say the? Never mind. I was gonna say, should I say the joke I said before the show?
Probably not. No, probably not. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Last thing I had on this show, and I don't know if Scott even has like the thing queued up. We talked about transfer portal last time, key transfers. We loosely mentioned this as we related to defensive player of the year, but Pitt linebacker Rasheem Biles headed to Austin to play for Texas.
Yeah.
If you're a Pitt fan, that sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks. That's
gotta just pay your guys more money, I guess. Bottom line.
And how dare you not do so? Like,
right.
That sucks.
Especially when you could pay somebody like Pat Narduzzi instead.
I mean,
yeah. For example, of course.
Just theoretically.
Just an example. I mean,
I hate this for Pitt fans, honestly. Like, that's for 2 years now, he's been an awesome linebacker in Pitt's defense. And for him to just up and leave. And again, it's the same thing. Hell, going back to Georgia Tech losing Jahmyr Gibbs to Alabama, like, just up and leaves and you get nothing for it, and sucks. So just wanted to call that out.
This is the worst thing to happen to Pitt since Jordan Addison left for USC to really start this. Not start, but just that was the first tampering thing that was really. We talked about Dabo being out on Front Street with the Luke Ferrelli transfer. That really that was the same energy of Narduzzi with Lincoln Riley over the Jordan Addison transfer. Like, right when the portal was first becoming a thing.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So that's all I got for tonight. I think we got a couple other notes that we'll probably hit on at some point in the March update. Yeah. If that sounds right.
Yeah. Could be in a week. Could be in 3 weeks.
March is just around the corner. I don't know how productive this episode might be in the height of the NCAA tournament. So, as a producer of the show, I would suggest that we get this next episode in before Thursday, March 19th. That's the first weekend of the tournament. That would be 1, 2, 3.5 weeks from today.
I can't think of a single reason that we couldn't do this next episode.
I can think of a bunch of reasons that you won't do it.
We could just do the percentages in the Discord.
Yeah.
That is fun to do. If anyone's wondering, I just take my input from these two and throw out a number. If you've been seeing that,
it's kind of like insider trading.
Yeah, if you can get odds on Polymarket on whatever I say, I'm the source.
I was like, speaking of like some of the best things to ever happen to society, Polymarket.
So we got to work on that call sheet sponsorship for the show.
I was gonna say, we can do Polymarket Bet US back to back.
That's just gambling in different forms of gambling.
It is correct. Correct. But they're not really like directly competing with one another. We might want to see
not
what
yet.
Should I call up Giannis and wonder? Oh no, he's true. He's on Kalshi, right?
Kalshi.
Or Kalshi.
Oh yeah, it's another. Yeah. See, well, if we do we get Kalshi and Polymarket head to head, and we can.
Side note, I don't get how that's even allowed. Like, he's on the board of that market. Can't he just like bet on anything that he can influence? I don't know,
games.
Whatever.
Yeah, he could. But don't worry, the NBA hasn't had any like crazy betting scandals in the last, I don't know, 3 months,
5 minutes.
4 months. Yeah,
3 weeks. Yeah. On that note,
before we set up a sponsorship call with Polymarket and or Kalshi, I'll make sure I'm better prepared this time. That's what I'll
There
say.
you go. Do that.
Because the Bet US one caught all of us by surprise.
So to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's goodness gracious. Okay. Before we go any further, let's get out of here. Come back. We'll have more content for you. As Scott noted, hopefully before March 19th at like noon Eastern, when there's a big basketball tournament that starts. But who's to say? We'll see. We'll be back at some point. Keep it tuned here. YouTube.com/@the-ACC Football Podcast. Please hit the subscribe button if you hadn't already. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when we're going to go live next. Find us on audio format, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you go find those. We'd appreciate that. Twitter @FTRSJoey, @Mike McDaniel SI, @BC Podcast ACC. Send us an email, basketballconferencepodcast@gmail.com.
Nailed it.
Thank you. I think that's all I got. Anything else?
No. I think we're good. Good show.
Support the sponsors. We'd appreciate that. Scott rocking the row back over there.
Yep. Always be on brand.
That's right. It's in the description. Go find the link. Go find the promo code. We'd appreciate that. You want to come back and keep talking about ACC football this offseason?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. For that guy, Mr. Mike McDaniel, for Mr. Producer Scott, I am Joey Weaver. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk to you again very, very soon. Until next time, go ACC.